Hello everyone and welcome to the stunning rolling countryside of Austria. We're in the Styrian Hills for race 1 of the weekend. It's the feature race for round 4 of the 2015 GP2 Championship. I'm your commentator, Alex Jakes.
Runner-up in his rookie year, but it really is taking it by storm and got such a huge lead in the championship already.
He is on pole, his teammate is alongside, Matsushita is second, Gasly third, much improved. Sorokin was a surprise challenger for pole as well. Haryanto, after a dreadful weekend in Monaco, is fifth. Sixth, Marcello, seventh, Yelly showing good one-lap pace once again. Then peak red lights in Austria. And we're underway. Van Dorn bogging down at the start, and it's a good start for Sorokin, a bad one for Gasly in third place, but Sorokin up from fourth to second. He's past Matsushita, but Van Dorn maintains the lead as they come through turn 1. They're getting spread out at the back there as Nato tries to make a move on Rossi. Lin now going round the outside of Evans, I think that was, 4 wide into the second turn, and a lock-up at the front there. Who was that? It was one of the top 3. We couldn't see in our picture. Are they all going to make it round? There was contact there, and there's contact again between the Trident and the MP car. Because they all bunched up, I think someone got stranded there on the hill at turn 2, and Sorokin continues to pressure Rossi for the lead, and that's
another replay at the start.
So this is Stanaway at the top of your picture, stalling from the grid. We thought Peak might have stalled on the formation lap. Stanaway stalling off the line. A lot of lockups going into turn number 1. It's been a feature of the weekend, and you see at the top, very close between Rossi and Nato. On board with him now. He's made good progress from his lowly starting position of 12th. Level with Evans. Take us through the first corner.
So he's chosen the outside line here. Is he going to use the extra? No, he doesn't, but Evans there struggling for traction. Gets onto the curb, and Rossi gets really good drive coming out of turn 1.
This is Stanaway, and that is a nightmare for him.
And I just heard there, before he released the clutch, he just dropped the throttle slightly. The revs started dropping, and as soon as the revs are dropping and you drop the clutch, that's almost a guaranteed stall in these cars.
We mentioned the flat spot for Marcello. That was an awfully big lockup, and we saw the problem there for Binder. And it's Marcello, sorry, off the back. There was a status of Stockinger losing a front wing.
This is going to be the replay then of Marcello.
So that's Marcello. That's the restart of the virtual safety car, and Gasly
broken away clear at the front.
So close. Rossi going down the inside of Peak there. He was behind him. That's for 8th position. Peak running wide. He's now got Evans down the inside. That could be very close into the final corner on this lap. And we're on to lap 2 immediately. Straight away, racing all the way down the pit straight. And we've got a wing. We've got debris there. That's Gasly's wing that's gone. That will surely be...
He's passed Marcello there into turn 2. He's got a great start as well, Nick Yelly from 7th. And putting Marcello under big pressure, and I'm pretty sure he's passed him, and he's defending now. Marcello trying to get the switchback, Yelly on the inside, and he's going to make that work. Fantastic start from him.
Got to make sure he doesn't go too deep there as King gets down the inside of Negrão, and we have a virtual safety car, presumably for the debris. So they will all slow now.
And that's going to be quite messy there, because they were sort of 2 or 3 wide coming out of turn 3 there, and they're going to have to filter into pretty much, well, the exact position they were in, but it's difficult when you're so close with so many other cars to work out who was ahead.
Are we back to green flag conditions? It looks like we are. And we're racing once again at the Red Bull Ring. Van Dorn and Gasly still.
But what's happened to Yelly's dropped back? Marcello's gone through. And now he's fighting with Gasly. Big chop there from Gasly on the exit, but Yelly's lost 2 positions.
So we've seen it before. We saw it in Marcello in Barcelona on this opening laps of the race. Gasly then with damage, but it doesn't appear to be slowing him down too much as they head across the line.
No, I think we'll see later on the effects of the damaged front wing. Gasly's still struggling a little bit. He's got a few cars bottled up behind him.
Meanwhile, this is not a move for the lead. This is Stanaway being lapped at the front. Now we see Yelly trying to reclaim the position, trying to get 4th back, and he's got it round the outside of turn number 2. Meanwhile, Haryanto and Rossi, the man in 2nd place in the championship, all over the back now, as you see the DRS deployed in front. Bit of spots of rain on the camera, you could see. That would really spice things up. But now the American's trying to go round the outside. He's not going to manage it this time.
And get a bit of a gap. The DRS is obviously going to be very effective here, which it has just been enabled now, and Haryanto and Rossi clearly well within range. Rossi's got a lot of pace at the moment.
It's working well for him. Is he going to try it into turn number 8? Thought about it, but didn't manage to get the car alongside. Maybe able to get through now, and he does as Haryanto runs wide, and Rossi moves up into 6th position. He is making the moves he needs to stay within this championship, as Sorokin in 2nd place moves past the lapped Richie Stanaway. What a contrast to Monaco a few weeks ago.
And there's such a big difference
Here's
between
the move on board with the American driver on the way out to turn number 2, right underneath the gearbox, and then around the outside. Gasly now really beginning to struggle, and this is Nato and Visoyu into turn number 2. Contact
earlier is right on the tail of Sorokin, so Van Dorn's got a 2-second gap at the front whilst we've been watching these guys. Matsushita's all over the back of Sorokin. I'm surprised that ART are pitting Matsushita so early by the sounds of it, because the super soft tyres look like they're working really well. But maybe they're thinking he's really close to Sorokin, pit him before and try and get the
not been able to make their way past Stanaway, as in comes the race leader, Stoffel Van Dorn, taking on the prime medium compound tyres. And is there a problem? There was a problem on the left rear there. That was absolutely crucial. And now Sorokin maintains track position over Matsushita, but does he jump Van Dorn, who is to the right of your picture? Let's find out as they head into the stretch between turn number 1. What's happened? He's down to 3rd, and that is a change in the net race lead. Sorokin is up, Matsushita is up into a net 2nd, and Van Dorn trying to make his way through immediately.
But Van Dorn now has tyre up. Matsushita gave no fight at all. He knows he's got no chance, and that's his teammate coming through. Sorokin now, the leader of the race, effectively, has Van Dorn on his tail with much warmer tyres. Van Dorn has to pass him as soon as possible, because every corner that he does, Sorokin is getting tyre temperature, but really struggling.
He's run wide into turn number 3. It could have cost him. It hasn't at the moment. No more DRS for Van Dorn to use. He's going to have to do it the old-fashioned way if he wants to make it past on this lap. The next time he will have DRS will be... Oh, he's all over him already. As you see the difference in tyre temperature played out before your eyes. Van Dorn will next have DRS across the start-finish line. Sorokin looking like it's just a matter of time as they come across the brow of the hill into turn number 8.
So difficult to pass on the second half of the lap. Here they go then, Van Dorn well within DRS range. Matsushita as well. This is now where it's going to be a test of Sorokin's defensive skills. Surely
he has to send him to the outside, the further line round. Can he keep him back? He can't. Van Dorn down the inside and into the lead of the race once again. He had an issue on his pit stop, but he's managed to get through. Can he stay in the lead as they head down to turn number 2?
And now Sorokin fighting back, and he could well have DRS. I'm not sure. When they went past the activation, he might have actually just been ahead slightly.
Side by side, but running wide could cost him 3rd position. Sorokin now will tuck in. It's not all over.
And he has got DRS, so this is it now for Sorokin. He's got to try and fight back now. Goes for the outside.
This is for the lead. He's going to squeeze it around the outside, but he wasn't brave enough. It didn't work that time. He didn't have the confidence in the car, and now he has to try and stay within range. Race lead as it stands. We're on board with Raffaele Marcello in the Trident. Alex Lynn, he's not going to go around the outside of turn number 5, is he? My word, that's tight. And Lynn does get the job done. It's not working for Marcello. Last year, rather, in GP3, when he won the feature race on the way to the championship, now chasing down Artem Markelov, who in turn is trying to move down the inside. That would be very tight indeed on Haryanto, and now they might go 3 wide on the way through. Markelov has made it past Haryanto. Lynn now trying to pass the pair of them as they go up to turn number 2. So close at such high speed. Markelov looks like he's got the position for this corner at least, and Lynn is all over the road. Absolutely breathtaking stuff. Now Lynn with DRS on Markelov, and this is for 3rd on the road at the moment.
Clean around the outside. Markelov's still got a nose in there.
That's going to get tied on the outside, and somehow the 2 cars make it around there. That was so close into turn number 3. Lynn has the position.
Markelov's got a lot of bravery.
They were racing all the way from turn number 1 when Markelov got past Haryanto. Lynn was in the mix. Markelov didn't want to give it up, forced Lynn wide. Lynn showed good awareness to give the room, and through he goes. Yes, it really was that exciting.
Three. He's very close, look.
Surely, if he can stick a wheel down the inside, Gasly won't fight him too hard, knowing it's his teammate. Lynn forced to go round the outside, very close indeed. And Gasly, for the moment, refusing to let him through. And now look how close Markelov is to the back of the British driver.
But, you know, if they're fighting really hard with each other, there's always a risk of a crash.
Such a contrast between Matsushita letting Van Dorn through without a challenge. Van Dorn had the pace to get through, compared to the battle we've seen. And this time down the inside goes Alex Lynn, catching Gasly by surprise, or maybe Gasly got the message. Either way, Lynn is through into the race lead, and now he can try and make a gap as Markelov is tucked right down behind the gearbox of Gasly. He's going to try and make it round the outside. He was brave a couple of laps ago. He forces Gasly tighter than he'd want, and he is up to second position in the race.
Absolutely fantastic move there from Markelov. He was level with Gasly, just deep on the brakes, gave him loads of space, went right round the outside and the high-speed corners, those front tyres. And he's got to get it back on with his race, because a top 8 for him is not guaranteed. There's a lot of people that have pitted already and are going very quickly. They're going a second quicker, the people that have pitted, than Markelov and this group at the front at the moment.
That is De Jong and Trummer racing for position. As at the back, Van Dorn trying to lap them with the aid of... Oh, has De Jong seen Van Dorn? That was so close, and Van Dorn goes wide. I don't think De Jong had seen him. They're in their own private battle at the back of the field, and they're holding... They're not at the back of the field, sorry, they're not at the back of the field at all. This is Van Dorn coming up to the Gago. It always happens. It's called me out. Apologies for that.
Race for us. We keep like that. The tires are lasting very long. We keep like that, pushing.
Super close. This is for net second in the race. Can Matsushita get through? It's going to be so close coming out of the corner. And here's Rossi to join in as well. As they go down to turn number 3, they've all got DRS. Who can make it work?
This is the chance for Rossi. The Rafbacks there defending from Matsushita. They're 3 wide. Rossi on the outside we're on board with. He's going to get a cut back, but he's got another car on the inside. I can't see who that is.
That was De Jong. That was De Jong getting involved in a battle. He's made it past Matsushita, but it's so close. As they go through turn number 5, down the hill once more, and Rossi has managed to get through as Yellowly comes up to the back of this pack.
Incisive stuff from Rossi. That was fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic. 3 wide into the corner. On the left, Sorokin, then Matsushita, then Rossi. Rossi getting the cut back and making his way past ARTs, Nobuhara and Matsushita, as De Jong tried to stay part of the battle. And here's what they made of it.
Won't be happy, I imagine. And as I say that, Van Dorn now in the clear air has just put in the fastest lap of the race. So 0.6 quicker than Lynn. He's had to respond. And he's got to get that gap back down, because when Lynn does pit and come out, he'll be on fresh, super soft tyres, and they will be quick.
So, Sorokin has passed Trummer. Rossi has that task next. Races within races here as Rossi sweeps to the inside of turn number 2 and finds himself up.
I fear those last couple of laps might have just hurt him. This is the group coming through.
The Sorokin, Rossi and Matsushita making its way through. They, of course, have older tyres. But as you said, Jolyon, those last couple of laps really did the damage. As he dropped back, those 2 seconds are the difference.
Big lock up on the exit.
So that's Sorokin. Here comes Rossi and Matsushita. Remember, Lynn will not have tyre temperature at this stage. He will be vulnerable going into turn number 2. At the moment, he's come out in 3rd. That's about to become 4th. It's all about losing the minimum amount of time, as Matsushita's gonna maybe be able to make it through. He has, and Lynn, it was 3rd, it's now 5th, but the tyres will come back to the British driver.
So not quite as possible, and have another attack at these people later on. Another lock-up, though. He's got to watch out the front.
Here we go. Here's Markelov now with the newer set of tyres, reclaiming the position from Yellowly that he lost in the cooler temperature.
A lot of brake dust, but that's been the case for a while for Van Dorn. But that is a lot coming out in the left front.
So, interesting. We saw Baton in practice having that issue as we look Again, once more at Markelov with the use of DRS, swapping to the inside of the racetrack.
Don't forget, he started 12th on the grid, so a fantastic drive from him. Matsushita very close now, though.
Going to the outside, Rossi having to defend. He won't get around this time. But Matsushita getting ever closer to the back. Is he going to have better traction out of turn number 3? We've seen so many passes at turn 5, but not this time. Rossi massively on the defence. And Matsushita looks faster in all parts of the racetrack as he goes through with an unlikely move into turn number 6.
Fantastic stuff from Matsushita. Alex Lynn on new super soft tyres.
We see this again, absolutely majestic stuff from Matsushita. We're seeing unlikely overtaking, got a bit of a weave. Matsushita had the momentum, had the commitment, and now has the position.
They've both got away with it.
Rossi again experiencing tyre trouble in the closing stages. He won't want reminding of it, but he's going to have Alex Lynn all over the back of him. Lynn already pulling alongside, traction looking a real issue, and Lynn moves up into 4th position in the race. Can he do anything about Matsushita for the final? It was a win in Barcelona in the sprint race, and now he has the fastest lap of the race. He is the man on the move, as is Markelov now trying to make it even worse for Rossi.
I can't imagine this will be too hard for Markelov. Rossi knows the game's up. He's worried about a bit of damage. He defends now, though, but he's going to be a sitting duck on the exit. Markelov with better tyres and with DRS. And he doesn't even need it. Straight through.
Through before he even needed to pull the flap on the left-hand side of his steering wheel. Markelov having, and he has the better traction on those super soft Pirelli tyres. He's going to go to the outside. This is for the podium position. And Alex Lynn is through and up into 3rd. Matsushita has fought so well in this race, but he is down to 4th position. Would still be his best ever finish in turn for the final time, and wins in Austria to make it 4 in a row. Fantastic stuff from the Belgian driver, who increases his stranglehold on the title. And coming across the line in 2nd place, Sergei Sorokin with a career best 2nd, and Alex Lynn. He's had to work hard, but he is in 3rd, 4th Matsushita, and 5th is Artem Markelov. Really entertaining laps in Austria. Stoffel van Dorn winning the 4th consecutive feature race of the season. Sorokin, a career-best 2nd. 3rd, Alex Lynn worked hard for his podium. Matsushita, career-best 4th for him. Markelov equaling his best ever finish. Then Rossi had tyre trouble. Arianto, we didn't see much of him. Yellowly points again. Peak and Evans rounding out the top 10. Visoyu and King were 11th and 12th. Gasly damaged his front wing and endured a torrid afternoon to 13th. 14th was Liel.